Namaste all. Hi. Nowadays we are going through a situation that Arjuna has faced in that time. The same situation we are going through with through a battle that against COVID. And what is the way? Where is the end? We are in an unknown situation. It's said by our dear Prime Minister. An unknown situation. Because where is it's going to end up? Where it's going to end up? We don't know. Somebody has already committed, very unfortunately, suicides. Give up their bodies in a stage of desperation, stress. And what may be the cause of that? And we don't have to criticize them who already committed the giving up of their bodies. But I am sorry here to say that lack spiritual way of life. They are lacking, or we are lacking some extent. You have a confusion. Spiritual means something is related with religious, not at all. That was said by Bhagavat. Nainam chindanti shastrani nainam. He hasn't said that a Christian soul, an Islamist soul, a Hindu soul, a Jain soul. No. Soul getting realized as a soul only. And he or it didn't have or doesn't have a name, a label, a character, a form, then how you presume in which religion, in which caste, or what creed he represents? We cannot say that. Soul, the realization about the soul is the spirituality, simple. I have been saying that. So, if you realize you are not your body and you have to sustain until your duties, your actions, your karma get completed. If you look on your body, if you think your body is you, as you, body is just a vehicle. You are a driver. You just drive through wherever you like and to wherever you like. If in a such condition you have won your body, you have to win your body. You have to defeat your body, rather. How? By the realization, simple. You are deciding to give up your body, and at the start of that process, you just remind. You just get reminded. You just recall your experiences, those we went through. So you will get an answer. You have suffered before. You have been defeated before. So much negative things having been happened in your life. And at those every situations, we have sustained, we have survived. Then why now? The failure is not a problem. The failure is not a bad thing. Failure is a milestone, I will say, to rethink and to rebuild yourself. So instead of that, on this failure, I cannot sustain, I may be dying with that. So much prospectively you are doing all these things. The suicides all are prospectively done, and it's called fear. You fear. At this moment, you are taking a decision to give up your body, and the first moment of that process, you just recall what you have been experiencing before. So in that, don't see only your victories. Please see, have a comprehensive view on your past life. Then you can see that the percentage of victory would be 3 or 4. The percentage of failure would be 90 or 85, 86. You have overcome. You have survived. Along with all these conditions, along with the failure conditions or failing conditions, then why now? So give it up. Take Bhagavat Gita and as a remedy, read it twice. Not completely, at least a shloka twice a day. And that is giving you an impact of a tablet taking, a remedy taking, a medicine taking. It's also a medication for you taking Gita and reading it. At least 4 or 5 slokas. Then a feel of relief, feel of comfort within you will experience. And that all we need now. Why you so much get into rush and jump into a suicidal decisions? Ending up all things. Why? This is not the end. Wait. You have overcome. The same situation was about Arjuna. He was facing Achedyoyam adahyoyam akledyoshosya evaja. Bhagavan repeat the same sense which is said his previous shloka. At the first 2 lines, he repeats the same. Achedyoyam adahyoyam akledyaha ashoshya evaja. Achedyaha means cannot, not breakable. Adahyaha, not burnable. Akledyaha, not dilutable. Ashoshyaha, not dryable. So before said that, he said it before. Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, the just previous Shivana. And he added, Nitya Sarvagata Sthanuhu Achaloyam Sanatanaha. Ultimately, this nature, or nature means this soul within you is Sanatana. Sanatana means ever, unborn, which is unborn and which is not having a starting point. It's been here, it will be here, it was here, it is here, it will be here. So, ever, which is ever, eternal, and the literal meaning of Sanatana is that unborn, which is not having a starting point. It's already here. So which is here, we cannot say a point of start. Even we are seeing oceans, we are seeing mountains, we are seeing forests. Can we assess its age? The age of forests, the age of oceans, the age of sky? We cannot. Any scientist cannot. In Mahabharata, you are reading about Ganges. Today we can see and we can take a divine bath on Ganges. So, how we can say Bhagiratha, he was living years before. He brought down the Ganga from the sky by his great penance. And then it's been called Ganga here. So we cannot assess the age of ocean, the age of Himalayas, the age of forests, Sanatana, and we cannot destroy it also. We are wasting much more water, but we cannot destroy completely the water source. We are cutting the mountains for our purposes, but we cannot destroy it completely. So what it means? It means this is not built up by a human being. If there is a visible representation of God, you call the most formed energy, the form of energy is seen here by the visible universe. It's called God, Lord. And we are calling it Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, Durga, everybody and anybody. And that force, that power, that energy created this nature. And you are that energy. You are a microcosm of that energy, the same energy. You are little soul, and this energy form is a greater soul. So visible universe is a microcosm, and our body is a microcosm of the same. So don't worry. Achedyoyam, adahyoyam, akledyaha, asosya evaja, nitya sarvagataha sthanahu. Nitya means ever, sarvagataha, ubiquitous, all pervade, sthanahu, consistent, achalaha, unchangeable, sanatana, unborn. It's not having any starting point. Our body is having a starting point. That's called the date of birth. Also having a date of death. Only for this body, not for the soul. The little soul, which is the representation of that great soul, is not having any starting point. It's not endable. It has not been started. So you cannot break it up. You cannot dilute it up. You cannot dilute in. You cannot burn it up. You cannot do anything with a human force, with a human power, because it's a superhuman power. You are not a human being, and this body is only a human being. You are a soul, a spirit. And the body would have to face, would have to confront any kind of situations. The body maybe would die, but you are still there. You cannot go anywhere, since you are not born, you are not from a starting point. That is said by Bhagavan in this sloka. Namaste, Jai Shri Krishna. See you. Take care.